In this lesson, we're going to be talking about writing fuzzers using Metasploit. Fuzzers are actually really useful programs because they can show us where we may have vulnerable applications or how we might go about crashing programs. And once you've got a program that crashes, you can see whether there's a potential for exploit there. You can see I'm actually in the Metasploit directory, and I'm in Apps Pro, MSF3, Modules, Auxiliary Fuzzers. I'm just taking a look at an HTTP fuzzer. And I'm actually just going to jump up here, and you can see the other type of fuzzers that just come with it. These are all of the groups. And inside of these different groups, we've got specific fuzzers for different types of the protocol. I've got DNS, FTP, SMTP, SMB, and so on. And again, I want to take a look at something that's in HTTP. What I can do is I can look at one of the programs that actually comes with it. I've got HTTP get URI long, HTTP form field, and I could take any one of these as a starting point and just copy it over. And then I've actually got a starting point for writing my own fuzzer. This just makes it a lot easier. You don't have to start from scratch at all. Just take something that's going to be similar to what you've got, use it as a starting point, and then do the changes that you want to make. I've actually written one here using one of these others as a starting point, and I've actually got it all written up here. Again, I've taken one of the framework files and used it as a starting point, so you can see we've got this file as part of the Metasploit framework, and that disclaimer is at the top. We've got the require statement here, where I'm using the MSF core functionality, and I've got a class that I've created. I'm including some different libraries, and I've got initialize, which initializes the class. And I've got register options, which is going to give me the ability to set some options inside of Metasploit. Now, what I'm really doing here is I'm actually issuing a request to the HTTP server. And what I did was I actually used the fuzz string here, and I'm actually going to fuzz the verb. So rather than get, I'm actually going to send some garbage. You can see that this is where I'm doing the put out to the web server, and the verb is being set with some random data. And I'm actually going to do the URI as some random data as well. I'm going to send some random data in as the URI. And the idea here is to see what we can actually get the web server to do. And if I were to be doing this against a Java web application, I could also be seeing what the Java web application might do with some bad data. Now I'm going to run MSF console here. And once I get in, I'm going to search for my fuzzing module. And then I can make use of the fuzzing module. I can set all of the options, and then I can just let it go. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to get into the system that I'm going to be running this particular attack against. Let me do a little zooming in here. Now I'm going to go log into the server just so we can see the logs and see what's actually happening. Now I'm going to go into var log Apache 2. And I'm just going to tail the access log. Over here, I'm going to search for bad data, which is part of the name of the fuzzer that I created. Now I'm just going to use auxiliary fuzzers http _bad data. Show options. And this is the options that I actually registered, and I'm going to set my rhost to 172.30.42.55, which is this host over here. And now I'm just going to say run. And now I can see all of the garbage that's actually being sent to the web server. all of this data over here, and actually I may just kill it just so you can see it more clearly. Rather than like a GET request, I'm actually sending just a random long string here, and then here's where we're doing the URI. So the slash indicates the beginning of the URI. And I'm actually generating a 501 error in response to this. I'm getting some sort of internal server error in response to this particular application. The server's not handling this particular request very well, although it's not actually crashing, it's just generating an error response in return. What I didn't do here was actually give you the ability to specify the number of requests. That's certainly something that I could add, and I could have that be a variable. You could go 1,000, 2,000, whatever, however many bad requests you actually wanted to generate. You can extend Metasploit using different scripts, and of course they're written in Ruby, but you can write Ruby scripts to do a lot of different things inside Metasploit, and if you just plunk them into the file structure where they belong, Metasploit will find them and actually index them for you. So all you have to do is search inside the console. It will find that particular functionality or that script, and you can make use of the script from inside of Metasploit. It doesn't take a lot to actually extend Metasploit. It's really as simple as taking the functionality they've got and changing it in particular ways and creating your own scripts and just dropping them in there, and you can make use of them from inside of Metasploit.